Hello everyone. This is the pre-market report video for today, 15 September 2023 in the Indian stock market in terms of Nifty and Bank Nifty. We all know India is buying huge quantity of oil from Russia with rupee and ruble trade, and because of that now Russia is having huge quantity of rupee which they don't know what to do. Here there were a couple of instances where Russia's foreign minister highlighted this issue. So in order to address that situation, there was a report released that Russia started to import metals from India, mainly aluminium. Earlier Russia used to import from Ukraine and Australia. Now after this sanction, they can't, and until 3 months ago, most of their entire aluminum supply comes from just China and Kazakhstan, which also caused trouble to Russia since that reduces the price flexibility they used to have. So they got agreed with Indian government for the metal export as well. And as per that report, in the first half of this year, India exported almost near 2 lakh tons of alumina to Russia. In comparison, last year in the same time, India exported zero alumina. Now this, they expect it further to increase over 3 lakhs ton. So this made all the metal stocks very bullish, particularly aluminium one. And that's the reason yesterday Hindalco increased over 3%. Here, this is not the recommendation, but just for info, I am planning to buy some Nalco stocks for the short term. And please don't buy just because I am buying. You do your own analysis and please consult your financial advisor. But I will tell you why I am buying. This Russia-India metal trade news is the edge, isn't it? Yesterday, market already reacted to it, but it got the more real substance in it. See, there are very few large alumina mining company in India, either 2 lakhs ton or 3 lakhs ton. Both are the huge number, and these companies' operations are very straightforward. More mining, more revenue. So I'm expecting it to reflect on quarterly results. Here I can be wrong as well, and that's why I'm choosing Nalco instead of Hindalco. Here both the companies are debt free. Hindalco is a private one trading at 13 PE ratio, whereas Nalco is a government one trading at 15 PE ratio. But if you see the dividend yield, Hindalco gave just 0.6%, whereas Nalco gave over 4.5%. Regular viewers of this channel knows me, I'm very conservative. If the share price didn't increase in the short term, at least I will have 4 to 5% dividend. And also I can do the covered call option strategy if I own Nalco means. Anyway, back to yesterday's market. So metal was very positive, and then auto sector supported the market since it has been hammered in the last 2 days by all the rumors. First, 10% extra tax on diesel vehicles. Then second, mandatory 6 airbag rule. Both of them which Transport Ministry gave the clarification. Then oil and gas. We know crude oil price keeps on increasing, and PSU Bank, which we discussed in detail in the last pre-market video. So those rotational buying across sectors helped Nifty to reach yet another all-time high value and all-time closing value despite the mixed global cues. And yesterday the advanced return ratio was whooping 1.9, which was very high, and almost 2 stocks increased for every 1 stock declined. Regarding institutional activities, FII net bought for near 300 crore rupees, whereas DA net sold for just above 50 crore rupees. So that's all the story yesterday. The index heavyweight and big banks closed mixed or flat, but the buying in metal, auto, PSU Bank and oil stock helped the market. And for the second time this month, FII turned as net buyers. However, the $1,000,000 question is, will they continue that? Moving on, yesterday European Central Bank increased their interest rate by just 25 basis points to 4%. Here earlier, whole last week, investors were really afraid and European market was very mixed that ECB might increase 50 or 75 basis points, since at present US dollar Fed interest rate is around 5.5%. which is relatively still 1.5% higher in comparison. Fortunately, that didn't happen. They just increased only 25 basis points, which in turn made all the European stock to close positive, and that positivity carried forward to US as well. In addition, lots of macro was released in US before their market opening. Here, I don't want to bore you guys by explaining everything. Rather than, I will highlight the important one. First, Census Bureau released the retail sales data. On month-on-month basis, it is expected to increase just 0.2%, but exceeding the expectation, it increased 0.6%. This shows how resilient the US economy was. Second, the actual PPI data, wholesale inflation for August month came as 1.6% against expectation of 1.2%, which was not good. However, the core PPI, core wholesale inflation without fuel and food, dropped to 2.2% from 2.4%. I mean, stock market always looks at the core inflation, so it took the whole inflation number as positive. At the end of the day, Dow Jones increased 0.96%, S&P 500 up by 0.84% and Nasdaq up by 0.81%. And for the second consecutive day, VIX dropped another 5% and moved to 12.8 from around 13.5 on the previous day. In case of oil, it increased another 2% as the Chinese central bank announced that from today onwards, they are dropping another 25 basis point reserve requirement ratio for all Chinese banks. Thus, at the time of this video, WTI crude oil traded around $90.5 US per barrel and Brent crude oil is trading around $94 US per barrel. Coming to Indian ADR, taking the positivity from US market, it all closed more positive. For example, in India, both banks closed negative. In US, both of them closed positive. Then in case of IT, both Infosys and Wipro closed more positive than Indian market. So it seems good for both banks and IT sector. Then in case of GIFT Nifty, at 3 AM Indian Standard Time, it closed at near 20,217, which is kind of indicating 30 to 40 points gap up opening. If market opens the way both IT and banks area are closing, then even 60 to 70 points gap up opening is also possible. So that's all about the global market. Let's move to the India specific. First, we know earlier IDBI Bank launched the complaint against ZTV Sony merger. Now, Axis Finance also logged the complaint against the merger. So, we can see those impact. Second, in an interview, Tata Motors passenger car CEO said that Tata Motors are planning to launch EV-specific Tata Motors showroom in Europe. He said he's having the project in the pipeline, but at the early stages. Finally, BHEL, ONGC, MRF, Hindalco and Wipro are the companies that got the long build-up, whereas Asian Paint, Torrent Pharma, Hindustan Unilever and Britannia are the companies which got the short build-up. As a summary, global momentum is good as all three US market major index closed really positive and GIFT Nifty is indicating the gap up opening of 30 to 40 points. In addition, both banks and IT ADR closed positive. So, is it all good? No. I mean, just little while ago, credit rating agency Moody's downgraded Chinese property market to negative. So, not sure about the impact. More probably, it will be negative for metals. Then, about the things to look out. First, before our market hours, China's unemployment data and industrial growth data are due. Finally, in the aftermarket hours in the evening, India's export-import trade data is scheduled to release. Then in the night for US, Michigan consumer sentiment is due. Coming to technical, Nifty forms a spinning top candlestick pattern. It kind of indicates the indecisiveness. A spinning top formed after a significant rally or decline suggests that neither the buyers nor the sellers could gain control. So we might expect a reversal or more consolidation. And also, yesterday's trade volume was the lowest in last several days and it further underscored this neutral stance. Anyway, if Nifty closes decisive above 20,200 levels, then that would be a bullish scenario. Then that will push the Nifty to the next potential hurdle 20,450. However, if it falls below the 19,900 mark, that would be considered as bearish and reversal, which will push the Nifty down towards 19,800. So the summary is that the current technical setup suggests Nifty is at a pivotal point, while the overall sentiment leans towards more bullishness, especially if it closes above 20,200 level. So as long as Nifty is above 20,000, the recommend strategy will be buy on dips, and it more probably move upwards to 20,180 to 20,225, but a slide below 90,900 could lead to bearish reversal. Then in case of Bank Nifty, it forms a doji candlestick pattern. It is also an indication of indecisiveness. Now, given that this doji has formed after a range bound trade and near the significant 46,000 mark, it suggests a potential for a directional move on either side. If Bank Nifty sustains and gives a decisive close above the 46,000 level, it's a bullish scenario. This could pave the way for further upside. Then the next potential target could be the previous record high of 46,370. If it fails to sustain above the 46,000 mark and witness selling pressure, it might drop to the support zone 45,750 to 45,600 level and further to 45,250. So that's all in this video. Hope you all got some useful information. Please consider subscribing the channel and liking the video so it will help me beat the YouTube algorithm and also motivate me to do more. Please don't make any investment based on this, as I'm not a SEBI registered advisor. I'm doing this for my and viewers' educational purpose only. Thanks for watching.